When the wolf followed humans on their travels or hunts to get meat more easily, the foundation stone was laid for a very special relationship. The hunter and his dog are an inseparable unit. They need each other. For the hunter, the dog is much more than a helping hand while hunting. The dog is a loyal companion, his friend. The Deutsch-Kurzhaar is a dog that was bred for hunting well over 100 years ago. In just under 100 years, the change of the Deutsch-Kurzhaar took place. From its clumsy, ponderous origin to today's noble appearance. His particular strength are a far-reaching nose and a strong, expressive pointing. Likewise, the will to search, the retrieving of lost game, the working on the blood track, his hardness, endurance, and water passion. Franz Wedmar had led many dogs of other breeds. However, he lost his heart to the Deutsch-Kurzhaar. He has been breeding this dog for decades.
Mein Zuchtziel war es.
My breeding goal was to breed dogs with a stable character. Above all, who are neutral in their character, who don't bite and show no fear.
Keine Beißer und keine Ängstlichkeit mit sich bringen. Ich habe immer bei den ganzen Würfen
I always left children with all the litters, including the bitch. There was never a bitch humming or growling. I still have that breeding goal to breed dogs that fit into society.
Habe ich auch bis heute behalten, Hunde zu züchten, die in der Gesellschaft passen.
All of these traits are firmly anchored in breeding. The breeders of our hunting dog have played a decisive role in today's line of the Deutsch-Kurzhaar, in close connection with the practical hunting and from their own knowledge and experience. They have been supported in their efforts to achieve the best possible by the early members of the club and by the club's board of directors. With diligence and German thoroughness, everyone has helped the Deutsch-Kurzhaar to its current importance. The specialist literature tells us that the ancestors of this German breed are not only to be found among the old German hunting dogs, bloodhounds, hounds, hound dogs, and other domestic breeds. These dogs were bred to hunt and attack. The story of Deutsch-Kurzhaar begins with the dogs that were used in hunting for game birds, especially in the Mediterranean countries, and in falconry hunting. The pointers came to the German royal courts via France, Spain, and Flanders. The most important characteristic of these dogs was their pointing performance. A pointing dog was asked for even more after the first double shotgun was made in 1750. Game birds were killed in flight in front of the dog. The hunting dog Hector I may well be called the forerunner of our Deutsch-Kurzhaars. The type of those dogs was far away from that of our Shorthair today. They were usually heavy, often with dewlaps or lower backs, roomy eyes and soft paws. In a relatively short period of time, the Kurzhaar breeders transformed the Hector I type to the dogs that we have today. The standard of the breed has been achieved by our breeders. The overall appearance is that of a noble, harmonious dog, whose conformation ensure endurance, strength and speed. The dog expresses itself through the nobility of the overall appearance, flowing outer lines, clean head, well-carried tail and tight shiny coat. Our breeders offer hunters a noble, versatile, reliable and easy to care for partner and companion in the Deutsch-Kurzhaar. But pointing is not the only job that the Deutsch-Kurzhaar masters. The landscape in Germany has changed, and with it the game. Wild boar is present almost everywhere today. At the same time, the small feathered and fur game is struggling. The German working dog has to master all tasks. Today's Deutsch-Kurzhaar is also enthusiastic about the independent forest search and working after the shot, as they demonstrate on the blood track. It goes so far that some professional hunters consciously prefer the Deutsch-Kurzhaar for hunting wild boar. Silvio Liebers has appreciated the breed for years.
We grew up hunting like this. We generally have less small game in eastern Germany, and we have always used pointers when hunting wild boar. I think a dog with long legs who hunts loudly and safely, well, every breed has its advantages and disadvantages. But the Shorthair is definitely easy to lead, and because of its long legs, it's faster when it comes to finding the game. The dogs have sharpness. In the result, they are able to handle large game, which is also very important to me. I always have my dog with me, and I can summon at lightning speed. You can see Pete is lying down without a leash. Now he is curled up and almost asleep. But he's then wide awake when game is found. You don't have to worry if wild boars are passing 30 metres away. He runs right behind them. He only does this on command, and he can lay there for 2 hours and relax. You can rely on Pete.
It's in the blood of the Deutsch-Kurzhaar that the dog hunts for its hunter. They always try to stay in contact with their hunter.
Komm, hopp, komm, 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 komm.
Ja, feine Maus, ja, fein, ja, fein.
Do they always return to the hunter after the hunt?
Always. This is the nice thing about the Deutsch-Kurzhaar.
Are they naturally engaged with the leader at birth, or do you have to train that?
No, they are leader-related from the beginning.
The dogs sometimes even point big game species. 3 short-haired pointers are standing here in front of the wild boar.
Boar runs backwards.
The hunters need dogs who hunt intelligently and do not endanger themselves. The all-around dogs are also very useful for blood tracking. Of course, the performance is directly related to the training and above all the opportunities to perform the dog has. The Shorthair willingly learns even special tasks. For the Bringselverweisen, the dog is sent alone with a stick on its collar to search for wounded or dead game that the hunter has shot. When he finds the dead game, he catches the stick in his mouth and returns to the hunter.
So ist schön, mein Hund.
So ist ja fein, mein Hund. So ist fein, ja. So ist fein, ja, zeig den Bock. Wo ist er denn?
Then he leads him back to the game. It is also possible to train the dog to bark while standing beside the dead game. The bark calls the hunter to the dead game. The Deutsch-Kurzhaar is actually an all-round talent. In addition to his hunting skills, there is a much more important feature.
Oh, Dad, he's beautiful. I want him.
A loving member of the family. Family suitability is an important requirement for today's hunting dogs.
The Deutsch-Kurzhaar is therefore not only an ideal hunting dog. When you acquire a Deutsch-Kurzhaar, you also have an additional member of the family. The Deutsch-Kurzhaar is fond of children, family-friendly, pleasant in nature, easy to care for, and the Deutsch-Kurzhaar can go with you everywhere. The dog just wants to be part of the family. He wants to please, so he wants to do everything right, and once he understands what you want from him, he will perform exactly as you wish. Once he is trained, you will have many days of pleasure with your Deutsch-Kurzhaar.
The calm dog with strong nerves is also a loyal companion for the children.
It is an ideal hunting partner, especially for this area. That is why I decided to get a Deutsch-Kurzhaar. Specifically, the Deutsch-Kurzhaar has all the characteristics that I need for our hunting area and predatory game sharpness. It is ideal for blood tracks and is an ideal stalking companion.
The Deutsch-Kurzhaar
is an all-round dog in the true sense of the word, meaning he can hunt in the field, water and forest, with the exception of hunting the fox underground, for which he's way too big. Otherwise everything works. The Deutsch-Kurzhaar is one of the oldest hunting dog breeds in Germany, at least among the pointing dog breeds, and the Deutsch-Kurzhaar is an integral part of all hunting dog breeds.
ist aus dem gesamten Portfolio der Gebrauchshunderassen nicht wegzudenken.
Thomas Jaroszewski has been breeding Deutsch-Kurzhaar for over 35 years.
So you want to look at the puppies? We're glad. Welcome, my name is Thomas.
Hallo. Hallo. Guten Tag.
Hi there. You have the kids with you? That is good, they will enjoy the puppies. Okay, do you want to look at the puppies now? Then please follow me.
For him, it is the ideal breed. The dogs are calm, balanced, and have a pleasant nature within the family and towards foreign dogs. Nevertheless, they are of course sharp on game.
This is a female. She flounders a bit. They have recently really gained weight. They have been exposed to everything, so they are not afraid. Let's go. You get one too. You got him? Keep it nice underneath here. The puppies smell so nice.
The puppies are prepared by the breeder during the first 8 weeks, for they will be ready for the rest of their lives. They come into contact with every scent that they could encounter later in the field and forest. Early exposure is the key to a confident dog.
Johannes, do you want to take one with you?
Oh yes, for sure.
And which one would you take?
I believe the one I just had.
Okay.
It was a bit quiet. Aris. I would love to take Aris with me.
They are cute, aren't they?
Yes, for sure. They're so cute.
Is it all right for the dog, playing with children, and then taking it hunting? Yes, for sure. The dog can distinguish between the two. The children can romp around with him and have fun, but when Papa puts on his hunting gear, the dog flips a switch. Then hunting is the order of the day, and nothing trumps that for the dog for sure.
A dream comes true for the von Dören family. The first Deutsch-Kurzhaar will move into their house and will bring great joy to all family members.
Ja, dann wünschen wir euch ganz, ganz viel Spaß.
We wish you lots of fun with your new dog. And should there be any problems or if you have any questions, please call. I am available to help you anytime.
Welche Fragen, ruft gerne an. Ich unterstütze euch da jederzeit.
Prima. Vielen Dank.
Thank you so much. We are looking forward to the training. Bye-bye.
Tschüss. Viel Spaß.
Have fun. Travel home safely.
While the von Dören family has a puppy to raise, a young hunter is one step closer. She and her puppy are registered for the natural ability test. Within the Shorthair Association, this is called the Derby.
Are you excited now, right before the derby starts?
Yes, a little bit, yes.
First dog?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, why did you choose Shorthair?
Through my grandpa and my whole family. That is how it will be for now.
Did you ever have a choice for a different breed?
Never. It was always going to be a Deutsch-Kurzhaar.
What is required today? What do you have to do with the dog?
I have to show the search first and then the shot. After that, pointing is required. Afterwards, the judges will inspect my dog's teeth and eyes and evaluate his character and temperament.
Is your dog ready for the test?
Yes, he's well prepared.
The basic requirement for working in the field is a systematic and brisk search for game. The dog should search for the game in the cover, showing the handler where it is located by pointing.
The Deutsch-Kurzhaar is primarily a field dog. Earlier, people used to call the Deutsch-Kurzhaar wildfowl dog. Because the Deutsch-Kurzhaar has excellent field manners and that distinguishes it from the other German pointing dog breeds. We put more emphasis on field manners than other breeds. That is why we also have our own examination system with Derby and Soms, instead of the VJP and the HZP, which are the usual association breeding tests for the younger dogs in spring and autumn.
The balancing act between wanting to catch and retraining the game is known as pointing. You could also call it staying. While doing this, the dog uses different poses to show the hunter game that is invisible to us. As the hunter has approached the dog, he can flush the game out of the cover and, if possible and required, shoot at it. Small game hunting is in the dog's blood. You can literally say the Deutsch-Kurzhaar was born for this task. During a search in heavy cover, he uses his excellent nose to find game and retrieve it safely after the shot. The hunter and his dog are a well-coordinated team. Only a dog handler knows about the strong and binding relationship that is formed between him and his dog. Every piece of game, every hunting experience makes the bond stronger. Until one day, they are inseparable. For a small game hunter, one of the most beautiful experiences is to shoot game in front of the dog. The hunter actually experiences some of the most beautiful hours of his life with his dog. The dog is always there and is always loyal to his hunter. If the shot on a hare is not completely successful, the Deutsch-Kurzhaar will search for it. During the Derby and Solms, such track work on healthy hare can be noted. Successful work in the examination is noted of the dog's certificate as what is called Andreasstern.
Ausschonen. So, gut gemacht.
During the Verbandsgebrauchsprüfung, VGP for short, the Deutsch-Kurzhaar must show everything that he has learned. This test is like a master's examination for the versatile hunting dog. The dog must now retrieve the fox from the forest and even over an obstacle. He has to search in the water persistently behind the duck and retrieve the duck when it is shot. Additionally, the on-lead work in the forest requires the dog to a blood track of 400 meters. All completely different components of work from what he has been done in previous tests. The requirements of these two-day tests are enormous.
I couldn't imagine my life without a Deutsch-Kurzhaar. Actually, I accidentally bought a Deutsch-Kurzhaar in 1970. Didn't even know it was a German Shorthair pointer. But when I found out lately, I fell madly in love with the breed, and the breed really changed my life. Dear dog handlers, a beautiful day has ended. It started with snow and cold temperatures, now the sun is out and I can give excellent testimonials of today's activity. The first entry I have here is the young dog. The dog handler is Mrs. P. Veltmar. The dog is just over 5 months old and has thus achieved a Youth Derby first prize with all perfect scores. Thank you for presenting your dog.
The young hunter passed the derby with her dog. The Deutsch-Kurzhaar wants to be challenged. For us, he's a searcher, finder, retriever, water dog, bloodhound and pointer. But first and foremost, our friend.